Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello, Cheap Shop Nation. It's quick shot review time, and I have something very special for you today. It is another Nick Cage film in which he is totally Nick Cage. It's gotta be the 2021 release of Willy's Wonderland. Basically a theatrical version of Five Nights at Freddy's. Join me. Willy's Wonderland stars Nicolas Cage, and it was released in 2021 to streaming services. You can also buy the physical releases as well as we speak, because I've already gone to check whether I can get a t-shirt or not, because the t-shirt is awesome. Willy's Wonderland is awesome. Possibly the best Nick Cage film I've seen for a very long time. And different people have different opinions on different things, but I didn't particularly like Mandy. I thought that was way too out there. And as for Colour Out of Space, it didn't really get going until the 50th minute. So you had good 50 minutes before anything actually happens. Now, Willy's Wonderland, Nick Cage plays a drifter who is tricked into a janitorial job. So he's got to do some cleaning overnight, and if he cleans the place out, Willy's Wonderland, as the name suggests of the film, then he gets a replacement tyres for his car. And of course Nick Cage and cars go hand in hand, so it's nice to see that part of his actual character coming into play here. And the difference is here is that he plays a mute. He doesn't say anything apart from going quite a lot when he's doing the cleaning. So I mean, what more can you say? There's no lines for him to mess up. There's no lines for him to be really upbeat about all the time for no particular reason. It's perfect writing for the people, for the main star, and he is still the main star in this film. Perfect writing for Nicolas Cage. The mundane task suddenly becomes a survival against a wave of animatronic characters. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. There was a recent film about banana splits in the same sort of vein, killer animatronics, but this one's got devil worship in it, and the fact that, you know, they worshipped and they did a seance and they transferred their souls into these 7 different deadly sins, so to speak. You got Willy the weasel, you've got Artie the alligator who wears a French hat because he's arty, you've got Ozzy the ostrich, and Nighty Night, of course. Why not? Because, you know, there's a knight with a big beard. Doesn't quite go with the rest of them, but it's still a character. And yeah, they're all actually there's some hokey, really bad CGI in this, and I feel like this had enough of a budget at $5.5 million that they could have done something better, and they could have actually, I mean, obviously most of that budget's probably gone to Nicolas Cage, but still think they could have used some physical, practical effects here. But it's so out there. I laughed so much watching this film, and it had my attention all the way through that, you know, it's difficult to pick fault with it. The film knows exactly what it is. It's a popcorn flick with stupid amounts of CGI gore in it, animatronic characters who are trying to kill the actual people. There's teenagers shoved in there because it's a slasher flick basically, and Nick Cage being mute, just being badass like we all know he can be. So he goes around, the animatronics say all these things like, I'm going to peck your eyes out and stuff, and he just beats them up, rips their mechanical throats out, pulls their mechanical hearts out, and just puts them in a bin bag and takes them out to the bin. And that's it. He's just cleaning up, and that's brilliant. It's such a good idea for a film. I was apprehensive going into it because of the Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing, but really this film held my attention from start to finish, and the finish is really good as well. So I can't recommend this film enough, and there's been a few films like this that I've watched over the several lockdowns we've had over the last year that have just made me go, actually, that's so bad it's good, and it knows it's bad, which automatically makes it good. And they're the rules of my film watching. So things like Velocipasta, ninja priest who turns into a dinosaur to enact revenge on the criminals, and more recently Llamageddon, which you can check the review of that out on the channel. So daft. It knows it's bad. It knows its key audience are going to be people who are just clicking on it because of its name, and it plays to its strengths, and you can't go against that fact. It does just play to its strength. It doesn't try to be serious at any point. It tries to make it kind of serious, but then you can tell that the seriousness is actually silliness, and it's just taking all these traits from horror movies and just packing them in, putting Nick Cage in there, stirring it up and making a beautiful cake out of it. I can't think of any other way of describing it. I thought it was really good. I laughed so much, it held my attention, and I'm going to suggest you go and watch it. So if you can get it, and we can get it here on streaming on Amazon Prime. It is a rental, so you do have to pay a little bit money for it, but it is worth it, and you will not be disappointed. I pretty much guarantee that. If you're looking for a well-written film with great scripting and set pieces and things like that, you'll not find it here. This is just a fun movie, and anybody who watches films for fun will find this movie fun. So go into it thinking that it's just a fun movie, because it is. This is everything that a Five Nights at Freddy's film should be. And just Nicolas Cage. Now you know how to cast Nicolas Cage. Next time he's in a film, don't give him any lines, just make him go "ah" all the time. And there you go. So my final review for Five Nights at Freddy's, for Willy's Wonderland, is watch it. I recommend this film. And if you liked this review and liked the film, please leave a comment down below and subscribe to Quick Shot Reviews. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.